Dr. Neil deGrasse is about to get canceled by a bunch of angry vegans. Now, I understand that this guy can be a role model for a lot of inspiring scientists and intellectuals, but as a scientist, there are just some things you just cannot say that are unscientific. Now, personally, I don't believe in cancel culture. I believe we should give credit where credit is due. But in his recent video about species bias, it's just something I would not have expected him to say. And even his friend that he was FaceTiming knew that the internet was not going to be happy.
I don't know, man. We're definitely going to get some feedback on this one, man.
You are correct, so let's begin.
Here's my point. The fact that we're protecting the dolphins but eating the tuna, I remember thinking to myself, why doesn't anybody care about the tuna? Right? It's also a big fish. All right, it had a life in the ocean, and so I realized that we have species bias.
Well, he starts us off well. He addresses speciesism, aka carnism, but I guess he's calling it species bias now. But let's keep rolling.
So we go through this tree of life and cherry pick it for things we like, for whatever reasons we invoke at the time. And we could be influential on others and gather groups of people to feel the same way about that. So you will not kill an animal to eat it, but you will slaughter all manner of plant life and eat it. So you're okay with that, but not eating the animals. You have judged that your side of the tree of life is more important than this other side of the tree of life.
I have been summoned. Okay, what he just said right there is the reason I made this video. He's basically addressing the vegans now. Now, Neil being a prominent figure in the scientific community, this can really misinform a lot of people in that community because now they're gonna think, well, if Neil said it, then it must be true because he knows what he's talking about. So I guess killing animals is just really as bad as killing plants. So I'm just gonna keep on killing animals like they don't matter. But the problem is this is completely not true. Number one, plants do not have nerves to experience pain and suffering. And number two, even if someone were to prove that plants can feel pain in the distant future, it would still be more ethical to eat plants given that the amount of trees destroyed for grazing land and the amount of plants killed for food to produce an animal-based meal would significantly require much, much more than the amount of trees and plants to produce a plant-based meal.
So I just think of all life as sacred, and after having done so, I don't value judge one life over another based on its proximity to us on the tree of life, because it's all here and we're all sharing the same earth. We've made a judgment, and I don't know that I'm prepared to do that because I respect all life.
Okay, so you're claiming to not have species bias now, then why not eat dogs and why not eat monkeys and other humans then?
When I eat lettuce or cucumber, I'm thinking, like as they say with the Native Americans, I'm thankful to the plant. And in the same way, I'm thankful to the pig or the cow or the whatever else. These are things that were alive.
Okay, this just sounds like a really lame rationalization. You really think that being thankful that a cow was unwillingly murdered for your meal is going to make them appreciate you? Think of it this way. If you murdered someone against their will just so you can consume their dead corpse, like Jeffrey Dahmer, what are you going to tell the judge during your trial? Oh, but Your Honor, I was thankful for their death. No, that's not how it works.
Well, what about the smallpox microbes? All right. How do they feel about this? So
Oh my God, he's really stretching it here. They don't feel anything because as far as the basic scientific understanding of biology, they don't have nerves or consciousness to experience those feelings of being wiped out like plants do. And we don't advocate for the rights of smallpox for the same reason we don't advocate for the rights of the coronavirus. We would all be dead and sentient life on Earth would suffer. Keyword, sentient life. Because vegans value sentient life, not all life. Neil is actually suggesting that we value all life and not just sentient life. Now think about this because it's tricky. He's really suggesting that we value all life, including viruses, cancer cells and pathogens just because they are equally living? What are you, a biological communist? Of course we need to get rid of cancer cells and viruses. No sane human will ever advocate for them. Look, if we can clearly see that they have the ability to feel pain just like us, then generally it's morally sensible to leave them alone as long as they are not hurting you back. The ability to be sentient is how vegans are assigning moral worth to different life forms, not just the fact that they have life in them. Viruses don't have a moral worth because they aren't sentient, not to mention they exist with the sole purpose to destroy us. Bacteria, well, there's good bacteria and bad bacteria, but either way you look at it, you don't have much of a say in it because even at this very moment, your cells are both killing bacteria cells and helping to produce bacteria cells in your body. Now, if we apply this analogy to humans, most of us would have the same philosophy if we encountered a serial killing lunatic that was a threat to our population. We aren't going to respect them and advocate for a serial killer's rights. It's death or jail for that scum. So I just didn't like how he went about this because I feel like he's really trying to rationalize killing sentient life for the same reasons we kill non-sentient life. They are not the same. We can't let this video become an excuse to just go on killing animal life because some people who look up to him might use this as a very bad rationalization. So do me a huge favor and engage with this video so it reaches more people. Like, comment, share, or do all three because it really helps the algorithm. And if you'd like to support my work, be sure to check me out on Patreon where you can get cool rewards, giveaways, select future topics, and you can even get signed copies of my book, Wisdom Through Psychology. And for a limited time, you can get the same exact Serpent of Knowledge ring that I wear through my Patreon. So with that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace begins on your dinner plate. Chaos out.